Welcome, Virgo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your March 2022 general reading. I've already laid out the past, present, and near future reading for you. I will clarify with another deck and then finish off with an oracle card. If you enjoy these readings, if you find them useful, please like and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that, and I thank all of you who have supported me along the way. So this general energy reading for Virgo will begin with an overall energy card, the Empress. The Empress is a card that indicates, Virgo, that you are stepping into your creative power. You're stepping into your personal power. It is the power that understands that love and the giving of love generates itself through receiving as well as giving. And here you are opening yourself up, Virgo, to receive the abundance of love in all of its forms into your life, into your heart, and generate that into your practice, your creative practice, your supportive and nurturing practice. This is where you are nurturing yourself, your highest self, your potential, your visions, your dreams, and you're supporting the generation of this creative love towards others. So in many ways, the Empress card for me is about the nature as the artist. This is observing nature and the way in which growth generates growth and abundance. All materials are abundant in nature. So this is a beautiful card of energy, love, and expanding to your fullest potential. Your past is the King of Jades or Pentacles, the Lady or Queen of Cups, and the Servant of Pentacles or Jades in this deck. So it's the energies of the suits that I will try to communicate, even though the names of the suits are different in different decks. There is definitely a partnership here, and I'm seeing you marry two dimensions of your own personality, your own character, into an effort to build something new, to move in a new direction of manifestation and development, growth, abundance. So that melding of energy for you, Virgo, is the ability to take your natural, practical, detailed, step-by-step, methodical approach and marry that with this open-hearted flow of ideas, energy, inspiration, and new truths, new understanding of the vulnerability that you have needed to display, you have needed to understand and interrogate as you have moved along the path of your personal development. So this is really describing to me the way in which you have evolved as an empress with the Empress energy. This is the energy for me of the artist. Creativity is a quality all humans have, just as intuition is an ability, a gift that all people have to one degree or another, and we amplify these qualities through our conscious development of them in order to realize this creative capacity you have to build, to imagine, to dream a vision into practical reality. You have had to express and look at your feelings, all of your feelings attached to various experiences in your life, and really understand that what appears to be weaknesses actually become strengths as we give that energy of learning over to help others. But I see a partnership here, a physical partnership in which you are joining with another or others to manifest a new practical, build a new useful tool, curriculum, or product. In the present card, we have the Three of Staffs, the Tower, and the Moon card. Honing in on the energy of the Queen of Cups, what makes the Empress so potentially powerful as a receiver, as someone who is able to take in energy and transform that energy, is your experience now of moving in a new direction where you are being asked, you are asking of yourself to try new things, to explore new areas, new skills that you formerly were unaware that you may have even wanted or desired. You have taken in a wealth of new information. You have received some external event, the information from that event that has helped you understand that it is in the direction of new growth and change that you want to move. However, the energy, the ability to understand this revelation in its depths through all of its dimension is very much supported by your ability to face your shadow self, your ability to look at your doubts, to look at the ways in which you are capable of facing what were once believed to be demons. Rather than demons, they are aspects of ourselves that we suppress. They are energies that we contain. They are connections that exist throughout multiple dimensions, many that are invisible to us, that are unconscious in our subconscious. The ability to go there, to face those, not to sugarcoat those, to connect with our actual feelings and emotions as a result of the experiences we've had, positively and negatively, throughout the spectrum. And at this particular time, you are allowing these unconscious connections that you are able to make as you explore new areas of growth. You push yourself into new areas of activity, that you are actually mining this tremendous wealth of information that lies beneath the surface, that may lie on the underside of experiences that you've had, particularly uncomfortable or unpleasant experiences you've had, in order to recognize your responsibility and what wealth of information and feeling lies within those spaces. So this is you facing with courage, with dignity, and with the inclination now that there's information buried there that you need in order to correctly envision, to holistically envision this new path, this new level of self-empowerment that you are feeling at this time. It's a very dynamic time. I doubt if this is a time of great comfort for you. However, with your new levels of empowerment, you're focusing in on these two very clear qualities of your own experience and personality. You are able to bring peace and clarity to this new path that you are setting out on, this new effort to reach into new terrains. In the near future, we have the Lady or Queen of Swords, the Eight of Staffs, and the King of Staffs. So we have a lot of dimensions of the self. We have a lot of partnerships in your current situation, Virgo, that I think are taking you through the discussion that now is a result of this effort, this clarity that you are now gaining. This clarity that you are gaining is really highlighting this invisible, dark, and in many ways unacceptable levels of abuse or damage. And I'm thinking about this in global terms, in terms of social activity and where, as a culture, you have influence on what we see and understand. In your current efforts or soon to be efforts, I see you fostering a discussion or a dialogue in partnership with your ability to objectify your experience, to detach yourself from your emotions, and to communicate clearly these ideas that are socially risky, socially dangerous, and socially unpleasant to hear. This is part of the clarity that you are now gaining. In order to inspire and manifest the energy of others in a new direction, to continue on this path of clarity and enlightenment, to gather new information, to validate the information that exists that highlights these aspects of our culture that are abusive, unpleasant, violent, lethal. You are in command of your energies right now, and I'm going to clarify the Tower card here with the Justice card and the Nine of Wands. So I see immediately throughout this time of tremendous change that you have been working long and hard on this very specific topic. And I'm getting a communication, a strong idea around communication, perhaps curriculum development, training development, so that in the work that you are doing, Virgo, you are actually addressing long-standing challenges and limitations that we have set upon our culture as a whole. You're doing that with a clarity and an understanding of justice, injustices, and wrongs that have occurred. And you're enlightening that for others to see. You're communicating about that in a variety of forms. You may be writing, you may be lecturing, you may be in dialogue or debate around these issues and ideas. I'm also going to clarify the Moon card right here with the Hermit card, your card, and the Four of Wands. Beautiful. Well, I see a couple of things going on here that are important. So this tremendous physical toll that the work you're doing is taking on you is pushing you to your outer limit. You are guarded. You have cautiously navigated this discussion, this discourse, this education for a very long time, and you have invested everything you have into this discourse. Part of what you are now gaining is the one step more that helps you to distribute this information, to share this clarity about this topic. And in order to access the personal experiences and evidence of the dark dimension of humanity that you're bringing to light, the Hermit card, your card, allows you to look for assistance, look for support in order to activate these partnerships that exist for you, that are available to you. These are powerful individuals. These are all royalty. These are people at the top of their game. These are masters, all. So that you are able to enlist their support, their skills, their abilities to build this curriculum, build this new conversation that you can then structure appropriately. Ironically, the ability to do this great work at this time, this important work, is your desire to establish a cultural and a spiritual foundation for your work and personally for yourself. A lot of this information that is evidence of this new clarity that you are gaining, a lot of what you're pulling out comes from your personal history of loss, of grieving, of riches, emotional depth and riches, many of which only serve to raise your anxiety about things you'd rather not face. These are personal demons, here is that word again, that you have been able to function by masking over those things. And you have used your work to mask over feelings of discomfort. And instead, you have currently the opportunity to use your work to help you to build a foundation, a cultural foundation on which the possibilities of all humans rest and can be celebrated. So you're establishing new terms for the debate out of this great monumental work of exposure. Exposing wrongdoings, injustice, is at the work of bringing that to more people, detailing that, debating and discussing that in a public conversation is actually helping you to build the possibility of a foundation of growth, inspiration, happiness, and a generative environment in which you are protected and celebrated for your potential and ability to meet that potential. I'm going to finish off this reading, Virgo, with an oracle card. I'm going to use a combination of the language of flowers and the crystal oracle to ask, what does Virgo need to know at this time? So this fell up, but this fell over. So let me take the one that is clear. There are two here, and I'm going to take them both. So let's look at the beautiful pictures. One is a citrine looking, and one is almost a black and speckled, looks like the Milky Way. I'll first read the citrine, which is called golden calcite, and the key word is inspiration. I'm inspired in all that I do. I'm also going to read the crystal numite, the key word being strength. I am strong in mind, body, and spirit. So I hope that this has been helpful to you, Virgo. I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe my video if you've enjoyed this, found it useful, and until next time, Namaste.